Hello everybody and welcome back to The Rich Life. On today's episode, I'm showing you how I organize my holiday decorations. Now, you guys all saw my Christmas home tour. We got like over 20,000, so thank you for watching that. But now I want to show you how I organize everything, because I realize it's so easy to see everything when it's nice and pretty and set up, but sometimes it can be intimidating during the takedown process. So hopefully today, sharing with you what I do will help you in your own takedown process as well. As always, feel free to send me any questions you have. In fact, this post came from a request that one of our viewers, Aisha T from Maryland, thank you so much for requesting that I actually share this process with you. I'm right now in maybe day 3 of 5. So this is like almost real time. I'm showing you what I'm doing. So this is kind of exciting for me. The first thing though, I want to recommend before you do any sort of dismantling with the takedown process is take pictures of everything. I suffer from this little or maybe big thing called mommy brain. So it's hard for me to remember each year exactly where I put everything, especially as I add to each little area. So I take pictures of each room, and I do this on my blog post, so it's really easy for me, but for you, you can do the same thing. And then I save in file folders the images from each room, and it makes the process so much easier when it's time to decorate again. So definitely take pictures before you do anything else. And then next, what I like to do, which I of course recommend for you too, is think about those pieces that you have from your Christmas decorations that you can carry throughout the winter. Because for me, I suffer from serious withdrawal. So I need to keep some decorations up to get me through the next major holiday, which in our house is Easter. So I will show you in a couple weeks how I decorate my kitchen for the winter with some items that I still have from my Christmas home tour or Christmas tablescape. So keep that in mind for your home as well. And then the process, make sure that you take your time with the process. For some of us, it may take longer than others, and that's okay. But you want to make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself. So for me, it's about a 5-day process. I start off with the really small things, and then I save the really difficult things for the end. For us, the most difficult thing in our house is our tree. It's 12 feet tall, and it takes 3 people to put up and 3 people to put down. So what I do is color code each section, label everything so that the process is a little bit easier when it comes time to putting the tree up again, since we only do it once a year, and it's really easy to forget things like that. So if there's something like that in your house, make sure you make it easier on yourself. Just a little system that you can remember. And then also, if there are things that are honestly just not even worth taking apart, don't. For example, the tracks that go around Riley's Christmas Village, I love the village, but the tracks are so hard to put together. So what I do is just store the entire track already assembled under the coffee table where the village actually sits on top of, or inside the coffee table. And that makes life so much easier, because when it's time to decorate, we just lift it up, put the track down, and then we assemble the village with the track already intact. So keep that in mind for those difficult to put together things in your home too. For my decorations that have odd sizes or shapes that came in packages, I try as much as I can to hold on to those original packages, because that just makes life so much easier. For the rest of my decorations, what I try to do is find accessories that are designed to hold what it is I'm storing. So these are just a couple of the ways that I store my Christmas bulbs. This is a reinforced cardboard box. This is just a regular plastic tub that I have the separators in. In terms of how you organize, you might want to think about storing your decorations by possibly color or by type or even by room. It totally depends on what is easiest for you. But try as much as you can to customize your storage accessories to work for the particular things that you're storing. Another thing that I love doing is repurposing other packages, containers that are not necessarily designed for holiday decorations, but work really well for them. This is a comforter bag. I actually put my holiday pillows in here from my living room. It's perfect. Always save your comforter bags. You never know when they will come in handy, and they're so easy to store. And this is actually from a set of sheets, a bag that I had that is perfect for keeping my holiday cards from year to year. The ones that I really love over the years are in this bag, nice and safe, and I can pack this up in my boxes as well. And then last but not least, this is a space saver bag that I bought to use for traveling, to compress our clothes, you know, one of the ones that you use the vacuum cleaner for. But for holiday decorations, for me, it's just a giant Ziploc bag that I don't necessarily have to vacuum seal, and it's perfect for when I want to preserve my centerpieces. So I don't actually take them apart. What I do is just tie the stems at the bottom, take them out of whatever vase I'm using, put them in another vase that is not so pretty, and I'll just put this around the top, and it's perfect. It keeps dust and stuff out of the centerpiece and keeps the shape nice and pretty until I'm ready to use it again. In addition to my storage accessories, I also have a pretty good arsenal of tools that I use to make sure everything stays nice and safe throughout the year. So first up, I've got my bubble wrap, my tissue paper. I use these to wrap the delicate items. I buy these in bulk. You can too. And then I've got my labels. I've got my regular white labels because I like to put a little detail, not too much, but enough detail on the boxes so that I know what's in there. I don't have to go through 50 different boxes that say Christmas ornaments before I find what I need. So I definitely recommend this for you as well. And then you can also use colored dots. Let's say, for instance, when you want to separate maybe by room. So all of the boxes that have red dots, you know that those are for the decorations that go in the living room. Super easy. And speaking of storing, this is a dryer sheet. This is great for when you want to store things that can absorb odors, like your Christmas tree skirt or your stockings or my Christmas pillows that I put in my living room. So this is a nice little trick I like to use. And then last but not least, I have shrink wrap. I love using shrink wrap for things like this. This is a Christmas tree that I bought Riley a couple years ago. We didn't actually use it this year, so it is still wrapped and it's great. It saves on the storage real estate, okay? It's not sitting out, and then when you take it down, it's still nice and intact. So we use this a lot in our house, even for our big Christmas tree. So definitely invest in some shrink wrap on your end as well. I want to show you where I store everything. This is the room in our house that we call the annex. It used to be just our basic storage room, and then what we did was we put some bookcases from my old office in here so that I could organize everything by season, because it can be really confusing when you're doing tablescapes and videos and you don't know where things are. So everything is organized by season. You can see here, this is how our Christmas decorations are being put away. These are the things that I need to see in front of me. I don't put them away. I just keep them on the shelf. Some of them will be covered with protective covering throughout the year, but the other things that don't need to be on the shelf, I'll put those in the boxes that you saw. And even my garland, I actually have a special bag that I put all of my garland in. This is a Christmas tree bag that we just put the garland in, and it's great for that. But this is how I organize everything. If you can do shelving or bookcases, by all means do. It doesn't have to be an expensive thing. You can totally repurpose like I did. I also keep my wreaths on a wall where I can see them. And I just love coming in here because I feel so inspired when I can see everything in front of my face. I'm a very visual person. So if you have the space to do something that's visually appealing to you in your storage room, by all means do it. If you don't have the space, you can always think of other creative ways to make it a little more interesting in your storage room if you know that you have to go in there every year and dig out stuff, right? Not the most fun thing to do in the world, but think of ways that you can make it a little bit, at least a little bit more interesting. All right. So I hope that these tips have helped you. Again, these are my tips. This is what I do in my home. I hope that they will help you in yours. And I hope, as always, that you let me know if you have any questions. And of course, make sure you subscribe to The Rich Life so that you can stay up to date with all of the latest. Until next time, take care, everybody.